Yeah, yeah. Tell him don't play with me, bitch, I got gang with me. This one trade with me. I've been up late viewing tape for the sake of it. Heart do the race on stage. I got here to the great
What's up, people? I'm Erin, and this is Erin on Demand. And today we are talking about some outdated YouTube growth tips. These are tips that you could just go ahead and scrap. You don't even need them. Now, some of these are going to be a little bit controversial. I don't know if the gurus are going to agree with all of these. However, I have been on YouTube since 2018 and have grown a pretty big audience on the platform, over 350,000 subscribers roundabout. So I'm really excited to share these tips with you. Number one is niching and then hyper niching. I remember back in probably 2018, 19, every marketer and social media content guru was saying that in order for you to grow, you need to niche. And I probably said it too, child. And the truth is that niching does work and it will always work. However, I don't feel like you have to hyper niche in order to grow really quickly. So what I mean by that is, if you are somebody who is into finance or personal finance, a lot of times people will tell you don't vlog, don't do this, don't do that, like don't share other aspects of yourself. Really hyper focus in on finances. And even if you can niche even further than that, like, are you trying to help people pay off debt? Are you trying to help people save for their first home? Like, what type of finances? Is this for wealth building or for people straight out of college? So I think that now people want to know more about you. They want to connect with you, and that allows us to layer our content and add a lot more variety inside. So I do have a Ditch Your Niche masterclass where I teach you how to layer your content so that you can bring all of these different aspects of who you are without feeling like your content is all over the place, but also without hyper niching into one specific topic. So niching is, I won't say it's out, but it's not something that you have to be so focused on to the point where your content feels very one-dimensional and stale. You feel me? Now, in order to add some variety into your content, I do recommend experimenting with different types of content. So create some vlogs, show us different aspects of your life, show us how you manage your finances, maybe on vacation. Like, kind of try to keep the same vein but add a twist. And one way I like to add a twist into all of my content is to use great music. And I love Epidemic Sound for all of my music in my content. This video is sponsored by Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound has really high quality and professionally produced tracks. They have over 40,000 tracks and they are constantly uploading new tracks. Like, every week when I'm creating content and going to find my music, I'm always like, save so I can use these in future videos, because they're always coming out with new music, which helps to keep your content really fresh when you're using different tracks, and it just adds this extra X factor to connect even deeper with your audience. Another thing I really like about Epidemic Sound is that they organize their tracks in a way where if you're looking for a specific vibe or type, it's categorized really easily so you can find the music that you're looking for really quickly. And they recently released this feature called Sync to Video, where you can sync your video to the song so you can see if the song actually fits the video. Because there are times where when you're editing or when you're listening to the songs and you're like, this one might work, and then you download it and you put it up to the video, like you put it in your editing software, and then it just doesn't flow. So now you've got to go back and find another song, and that honestly takes a lot of time in your editing process. So this is a really cool feature that Epidemic Sound released that is so helpful and is very convenient for anybody who is trying to find that perfect song for your content but doesn't want to spend so much time doing it. Try Epidemic Sound to kind of spice up and add some variety into even your sit down videos, your vlogs. Just add that extra layer to pull your community in. You can use my link down below for a free trial of Epidemic Sound for 30 days. Second outdated tip is that you need to upload daily to grow. This is just not true. I don't think this was ever true, but there was a point in time where we were hearing a lot about frequency and just constantly uploading, because at some point something's gonna catch, right? And I do think that there is some truth in that philosophy of, you know, the more you create, the more you feel creative and the more you're able to kind of find your people a little bit faster because you're cranking out so much content. However, if it's for you, it's gonna be for you. And to create really good quality content and decrease the frequency is going to have a better effect than you just cranking out all of this content constantly and hoping that something sticks. So I would recommend your upload frequency to be as frequently as it can be, to where the quality of the content is not diminishing, and also to where your mental health and your sanity is not diminishing either. Because let's be honest, you can probably get 3 or 4 uploads a week done if you're a full-time creator, and like at some point though, you're probably gonna feel really burnt out if you don't have a full production team and staff to kind of help you manage all of that. So you do not need to be uploading a freakish amount of content on YouTube to see your numbers grow. Number 3 is intro videos. And by these, I mean those intro videos to your channel that I feel everyone did at some point. I actually never did an intro video. I felt like I just needed to get right into creating the content, and then at some point people would care more about who I was once they understood what I could bring to the table. So I never did an intro video. I did do an intro video for my website, in which a whole bunch of people on YouTube were like, well, who are you? What, like, can you make an intro video? So I made that video live on my channel, which is now technically my first video. But it was never like on my channel trailer or anything like that. It was never like an upload. It was just kind of there. It's just still there, honestly. I do not recommend intro videos if you have not already been creating content. It'd be different if I were to go back now and create a little sizzle reel or like a sizzle intro where it's like me introducing myself and sharing clips from all of the content, not all of it, but like a lot of the different content, like some from the vlogs, me getting married, and like kind of showing people who I am and bringing them up to speed on what they could expect from my channel. But if I have no content, I don't think those videos where it's like, hi, my name is Erin, this is what you can expect out of this channel, and I'm gonna talk about this, this, and this. It's just really not necessary. It's just like, get into it, because also think about the fact that a lot of people are not gonna see every single video you create, and the way that these algorithms work now is liable to never get seen unless somebody is really interested in trenching back through your channel. So I just say they're not worth it, and unless you have a real intention or you want this to be kind of like a, let me bring you up to speed on things on your channel. And that also includes those intro videos, actually like in vlogs, where people have it like a TV show introduction. Child, TV shows don't even be having them long old intro video thingies before every episode. So I don't even think those are necessary. Now, sometimes for vlog channels, I think that they're kind of cute, especially if it's my first time seeing them. I can see like people's little kiddos and like kind of get a feel for what type of vibe you're on if you're like a family vlogging channel or something. But other than that, I really don't want to see those. And keep those little intro videos that go inside of the YouTube videos very, very short, like 10 seconds or less. I would even say like 5 seconds or less, but that's just me. Number 4 is loading your title with a whole bunch of keywords. This is just not necessary anymore, because there are so many opportunities to optimize your video and to channel that SEO that everyone at one point said to load your title with. So basically, what keywords are words that people are likely to search and that they have rankings. And when you use those keywords, whether you're speaking those keywords, whether they're in your description box, whether they're the name of your video file, whether they're in the title, whatever, YouTube is basically, or even Google, is gonna pull based on how well they think your video ranks based off of somebody who's typed that in. So if I said how to grow on YouTube, then maybe based off of my tags, my video title, what I'm saying in the video, my description box, all of those things will hopefully populate this video high up in the ranking if somebody searches for that. So that's essentially what SEO, or search engine optimization, is. However, now, because there are so many places for you to optimize your content, you do not need to cram your title with a ton of keywords. So I don't need to have this title of this video being how to grow on YouTube, YouTube growth tips, YouTube for beginners. Like, there was a time where people will put all of that in the title, and now it's a little bit different. Now you want to catch people with their emotions. And if you have a title that it grabs your attention, it pokes that emotion, then that's going to perform a lot better nowadays than a title with a ton of keywords in it. Because you can go in and put all of those keywords in your tags, you can add them to your description box. YouTube even ranks based off of what you are saying, because there's so much software that can track every single word that you're saying. So everything is contributing to the optimization of that video. So do not worry about absolutely loading your video titles with keywords. Although they can't hurt, it doesn't hurt. I'm not saying don't use them in your titles. I'm just saying don't make your title 100 characters trying to cram all these keywords in, when the shorter the title, the better. And when the more catchy the title, the better. Number 5 is overly sensationalized or fake emotionally driven thumbnails. It's just like old now. Like, the days of are kind of over, you know, where it was just like, can't believe this YouTube hack I realized, and like your face is just completely just stunned and it just looks so fake. At one point that worked, but now I feel like taking a more relaxed approach, something more natural, capturing yourself in your natural environment, showing more natural emotion. I feel like those are the things that help people feel more connected now. And also just know that you can get really creative with your thumbnails. It doesn't have to be so focused on your facial expressions, although I do notice that when I'm smiling or when I'm just a little bit more upbeat looking, or like really somber, like I look really sad. There are some videos where my thumbnails look like that. That is like, those work really well. But I've also noticed the ones where it's just kind of almost looks like a screenshot, or looks just very natural, like I'm in a bathrobe putting on makeup or something, and then I have a really simple line of text on the thumbnail. Those also work really well. So you're gonna have to kind of experiment with your thumbnails, and you're gonna have to find which type of thumbnails work the best for your audience. But I do think that the days of just overly exaggerating your emotions for the sake of getting someone to click have come to an end. And you can really draw up your emotion by the title, and that's what I mean. Letting those two things really work together is going to be helpful. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Make sure you check out Epidemic Sound for all of your music needs for your videos. They have the best tracks, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, the music that you hear in my videos, where you guys are always asking me where did I get my music from, it's from Epidemic Sound. So use the code down below for a free 30-day trial, and let me know if there are any other YouTube tips that you're just like, girl, this is played out too, or if you want me to do a follow-up video for this, for some actual tips that can help you grow on YouTube now. I love you guys. I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.
What I'm doing now, nobody can. Yeah. I be on a job up late. I be running plays on the way, baby, oh me. I be on a job up late. I be on the go and it shows no slowing me. I be counting paper on the plane. I be running plays on the way, baby, oh me. On it overtime, you late. I be on the go and it shows no slowing me down.